Oh, Donna just bowed out.
Yeah, I think it's the Wi-Fi. Since she's on Wi-Fi hotspot, it's not going to have a
Yeah,
So,
constant
yeah.
connection. But
yeah.
if Eldon's still here, that
I'm getting pissed off. Okay, sorry. Oh, are we live? Yeah, it looks like we're live. Sorry, people. Hi, thank you for joining us. I am Donna. I am the team manager from. I guess I've been muted. Okay. Oh, this sucks. Oh. I don't know what's going on. Everybody keeps getting kicked out. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
here.
Okay, so I know
Yep.
my internet's unstable because my Cox has been out since last night. So I apologize. I'm probably going to be popping in and out. But as I was saying, welcome to Eerie Tales with Donna and Michael. She's still on here. So we have a special show.
We
Oh,
have a
no.
special show for you guys tonight. We'll be doing investigating possible past lives, previous lives. Be open to anything. Record this if you need to, or jot things down with what you see.
Oh my God.
Donna will be back. Let me introduce our esteemed guest, Miss Medium Red, also known as Colleen. And Donna is back, and I'll turn it over to her.
No,
I
I was
just
going to
would-
say, you go ahead in case I get knocked out again.
Okay. We also have joining us is Minister Kai, and Stolen Cure should be around here somewhere. Plus other guests that's going to be delving into their past lives as well. Um, so, just a question: how long have you been doing this, Miss Colleen?
For about 6 years now.
Awesome. And where did you learn this trade?
I learned it from my mentor, one of my mentors, who is also a medium, Susan Grayson. And so she's been fabulous in teaching me how to do this. And the success rate has been great. I know a couple of the people within the group, Donna's already done one before. I believe Eldon has done one before as well. So it's very fun to kind of see where you're at. You know, it's kind of like if you've ever had those deja vu moments where you feel like you definitely feel like, okay, I'm drawn to the Titanic for some reason, and you don't know why. Oftentimes those are little tidbits of information that kind of tie you to a past life in this life that we're living right now. So whenever Donna's ready, we can proceed. I'll let her tell me when.
So I was actually gonna Solon Kier, who is but he's an oversoul, and he's decided to join us this evening as well. So I'm gonna bring him in.
Perfect.
Like I said, I apologize if I'm gonna keep popping in and out, but Cox is just pissing me off.
I'll stay live. I won't go under.
Yeah, so if I pop out, you just continue, Michael. So I probably won't participate, Colleen, since my internet's kind of funny.
Understood. And maybe you and I can do a one-on-one.
Okay.
Later on. Okay. All right. So get ready. Hold on to your hats, seats. Get some water because this can take a lot out of you. And let's go.
So I would like you guys to get comfortable so that you have no distractions. Hopefully Donna has told you guys that you needed to be in a space that's quiet so that you don't have any distractions that would be coming in and bothering you, kids or anything like that. Definitely be able to have your feet so that your feet can touch the ground, because I want you guys to be grounded in the sense of being able to have those 2 feet touching the ground throughout the entire session here. So with that being said, I want you to get comfortable. I want you to lay your hands gently on your lap, and I want you to close your eyes. Again, like I said, place those feet on the floor and take your shoes off if you wish. There's nothing to fear. You are divinely protected in this.
Oh, shit.
I want you to take some deep breaths and start to count to 4. Take a deep breath into your nose and slowly and gently breathe out to the count of 5 through your mouth. And I want you to do this again. Slowly and gently breathe out to the count of 5 through your nose. Every time you breathe in peace and love. Every time you breathe out, you let go of your tension and stress. As you breathe out your tension, I want you to watch it float away in the distance. Again, breathe slowly into your nose to the count of 4. And slowly and gently breathe out through your mouth to the count of 5. Going deeper into relaxation, one last time, I want you to breathe slowly in and exhale slowly out. Drifting downward into deep, deep relaxation. Now bring your breath back to its natural state and just relax. I want you to relax for a few moments, sitting peacefully and quietly. You feel so peaceful now, so relaxed, and so calm. I want you to imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet, and they almost look like the roots of a tree. Watch your roots growing down deep, deep down into the ground, pushing their way deep within Mother Earth. Mother Earth welcomes you with love, and she's giving you loving energy. As you move your roots deeper and deeper, you feel that loving vibration of Mother Earth. Now visualize a brilliant golden white light around your entire body. This beautiful golden white light is above your head and beneath your feet. See yourself cocooned in this wondrous energy and beautiful light. Feel how alive you are and how vital. You should feel warm and safe. You're peaceful, you're relaxed, and you're very calm. And you have to remember that you are safe, you are loved, and you are always protected. Feel your body giving up all of its tension. You're becoming even more increasingly relaxed, more calm and more peaceful. Starting with your feet, you feel aware of the relaxation from the bottom of your feet, moving up to your ankles. That peacefulness flows up from your lower legs, up to your thighs, into your hips. You can feel this peaceful wave of beautiful relaxation as it moves gently through your body. You can feel your muscles become more loose and softer as this wave travels through your entire body. You feel pure relaxation as it flows through your pelvic area and into your abdomen now. Again, it's warm, relaxing, calming, and peaceful. This relaxation will start to move into your chest area, bringing peace and serenity. Feel it flowing through your back and over your shoulders. This gentle wave of relaxation moves through your upper arms, your elbows, and down into your lower arms. It tingles as it enters your hands, and you feel so calm now and so relaxed. Finally, you feel it flowing up to the top of your head. It moves to the back of your head and now to your face. Feel it flowing throughout your entire body now. You should feel completely at peace and very relaxful. You continue to breathe slowly and gently and feel at peace and are relaxed. You find yourself now in a beautiful white room. The floor and walls are colored white. And the floor is also covered in a beautiful variety of colored rose petals. You can smell their floral scents. You continue to walk through to the back of the room where there is a beautiful flame of a pink candle burning on a beautifully white draped altar. Next to the candle is a beautiful clear crystal, and you can pick it up with your hand and walk to the back of the altar while holding the crystal. As you look into the crystal, you may see images in your mind's eye. Do not try to make any meaning in what you are visualizing or try to understand what you see in the crystal. Simply observe it and let it go. You may feel or sense things, but you will feel at peace, calm, and totally relaxed. You now place the crystal back on the altar. You now find yourself on your own private beach, and you can see a magical forest off in the distance. You know you're in a place that is safe and happy. It is a place that brings you absolute peace and joy. You feel totally, deeply relaxed now. In fact, you've never felt so much peace, felt so calm, and felt so relaxed. As you stand at the edge of the water at the beach, you can hear seagulls flying about and the sounds of the ocean. You can feel the soft, warm sand beneath your feet. It feels just like heaven. You now stand by the magical forest. Look around you and see beautiful, majestic trees. You can see their branches sway gently in the breeze. You can hear the birds flying from tree to tree. And you can also hear the birds singing their beautiful songs. It's a gorgeous day, and the sun is shining on your face, and it's warm. The sky above the trees is the most beautiful blue you've ever seen, with only a few fluffy white clouds floating by. Now look around you. What do you see? Do you hear anything else? You find yourself walking an old familiar path that you have walked many, many times before. The ground beneath your feet, is it grass, sand, stones, or concrete? You decide. Feeling so calm, so peaceful, and so relaxed, you start to walk along this path, and as you do, you notice there are flowers along one side of it. What kind of flowers are they? You lean down and breathe in the aromatic scent from each flower. They smell like beautiful perfume. As you continue to walk, you notice a fork in which you can either go left or you can go right. You decide which way you wish to go. You continue to walk on your path. As you do, you see a movement ahead of you. You recognize this creature as your animal spirit guide. You look deep into its eyes and you know you must follow it wherever it may lead you. So you follow your animal spirit guide down your familiar path to a clearing in the forest. In the clearing, your animal spirit guide has led you to an ancient temple. Your animal spirit guide leads you to the foot of the steps of this magnificent temple. You walk up the steps and notice large doors in front of you. Look at the doors and see how ornate or how simple they are. You open the large doors and step inside. Inside the temple, your spirit guide is waiting for you with open arms. You can sense the love your guide has for you. It's like seeing an old lost friend. And you feel that strong connection as you are reunited with them. Together, you walk down a large hall. At the end of the hall, you come to a flight of stairs going downward. You prepare to walk down the stairs, and each step will take you into a deep relaxation. Every step down takes you deeper and deeper into a sleep-like state. I will count down each step. Number 10, you feel yourself relaxing more. 9, feeling lighter and lighter. 8, you are relaxing deeper and deeper. 7, your whole body feels so much lighter now. 6, you can feel the wonderful warmth all over your body. 5, you're beginning to feel that your image is changing. 4, you can see clearly ahead of you now. 3, you begin to catch glimpses of another landscape now. 2, your feet feel different, as though they are not your feet. 1, you are now at the bottom of the stairs. You feel completely at ease now, so peaceful and calm. Everything you see, feel, and hear, you will remember, and you will be able to bring it back with you. Now look down at your feet. Are you wearing any shoes, boots, or are you barefoot? Look at your body with your eyes. Are you male or are you female? How old do you feel? What is your name? What kind of clothes do you have on? What time in history is this? What is the date? You will see the date, one number at a time. The first number is, the second number is, the third number is, and if there is a fourth number, see it now. You now have the year you are in. Remember all this. Now turn around completely and be aware of your surroundings. Are you indoors or outdoors? Where are you? What country are you in? Let the letters of the country come to you. First letter is, second letter is, third letter is, you now have the name of the country. Become aware of any buildings that are around you. If there are people around you, can you look in their eyes? You might recognize somebody that you know now, although their appearance may be different. You will know who they are in your present lifetime. Feel how you feel right now. How do you feel? You start walking home now, walking swiftly towards your house. You are standing outside your home now. What does it look like? What materials is it made from? You enter your home. Are there people inside? Or are you alone? If there are people there, who are they? What do you see around you? What room are you in? Again, feel how you feel. And how do you feel now? What are your daily tasks? How do you make a living? How do you spend your time every day? What is your profession? What do you enjoy doing? What is happening in your life right now? remember this. You now move forward in time. It can be days, weeks, months, or even years. But it is the time of something important. Where are you now? Who are you with? What are you doing? How old are you right now? What events are happening? I want you to remember this. Still feeling very peaceful, calm, and relaxed. Allow yourself to go even deeper now. Deeper with every breath that you take. And as you continue to relax, take all the time you need to explore these events. And I want you to remember everything. Moving ahead now, a few more years in time, and it will be the time of something else that is important in your life. Who are you with? What is around you? What are you doing? How old are you now? Once again, notice what is happening around you and what is going on. What was important about this life you are experiencing? What did you learn? Allow yourself to go even deeper now. Very deep. You now approach the end of that lifetime, and you will see it like an outside observer. You will do that very slowly now. Go to the time of your death. This is simply a part of life and nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing that can hurt you in any way. It's simply like you're looking or watching a TV screen. What circumstances brought about your death? Were you ill? Was it a natural death? Was it an accident? Is there anyone there with you? What did you learn from this lifetime, and why was it so important for you to recall it? Are you bringing back anything from that lifetime that would help you in your present lifetime? You will remember all that you've experienced in this past life. Continue breathing in and out. And watch the TV screen. Now is the time for you to return to your present lifetime, and I will count from 1 to 10, returning you from the here and now. 1, you see the stairwell ahead of you. 2, stepping up. 3, remember to carry the lifetime back with you. 4, your steps are becoming heavier as you ascend. 5, becoming aware of noises around you. 6, start to feel your own physical body again. 7, you can see the top of the stairwell ahead of you. 8, you smell the rose petals ahead. 9, you are aware of your own body now. 10, you are back at the white room near the altar. You leave now and walk through the magical forest, seeing the flowers once more. See the trees and the birds again. Take some slow, deep breaths again. Slowly and gently through your nose and releasing through your mouth. One last time. Whenever you're ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes and come back into the room. Fully awake and remembering everything you experienced. How's everyone feeling?
I'm not
Good.
sure. For me, I was awake, but I'm not sure I started out in Egypt, and I was supposed to Scotland. Then the time, oh crap! I came back with an accent. Sorry, hang on. Okay, William the Bruce, and my name was Michael in that lifetime as well. That was just weird, right there. So
It happens.
but I was awake the time, but I knew, and yeah, it was weird. I started in where I started was the Anunnaki, and then suddenly I'm in jolly old Scotland, back in my original. I love that place, still love it, still did in my heart. But this time I was killed again by a freaking sword in my heart. Like, can we stop with the heart thing? That's the second time. Another time was during time of like Lancelot. Yeah. Anyways, someone else share. I'll mute my mic.
No, that's awesome. Benny, you were too. How did you feel?
I felt pretty good. Like I said, I was I almost went out when we was going down the steps. As we was walking down the steps, I kind of went in and under, like in the realm, and then you brought me back out when we got to the bottom of the steps. So I missed like from 9, 8, and then I was kind of out till I heard you say the second step, first step, and then I kind of, like I said, I went off into I guess a vision, past life, or what we was regressing back to, and it was something different. I mean, you asked me how I feel. If you want to ask, are you asking me what did I see, or what did I visualize?
What'd you see? How did you? Yeah, what'd you see? What'd you feel?
Well,
absolutely,
me,
yeah.
It was kind of awesome. Just like Michael had said, when you walk back and you said the first life, that and a funny thing to me is because as you said, go deeper. I went from way back to forward as we went deeper to it's like this common time here, or I'm saying more of this age. But the first one I went back to, it was it felt like I was somewhere outside of Egypt, but it was somewhere just in the desert, but just somewhere where there was a lot of books being kept, and like a librarian,
You were with me, Benny. I'm a writer.
Yes, I
I'm
probably
a
was traveling
writer.
with you then. I was with Michael, and like I said, I
Yeah.
felt like I went right in like Cairo, or some of the older great cities, but I was outside of the city, and it's like we were storing like
Yeah.
the scrolls, the scripts and stuff, and I felt like I was a writer, and then
I got
you said,
goosebumps right now.
huh?
I got goosebumps right now. You and I were, yeah.
Yeah, we probably connected there. And then let
Mhm.
me tell you, as we went on, I mean, the next one, you sent me to the next one, and it was asking about the house, and the house was built with it was like mud and straw and stuff like that, and I felt like that I was in Rome, because you asked what city, and
Mm-hmm.
you said what year, and it threw. I seen 305, and I've studied
Wow.
about so many times about 305 AD, which was when the Council of Nicaea was, and then I thought about the writings and everything, and me trying to talk to these people. I was amongst the people that were putting the books in the Bible and out of the Bible, and I was like just enraged that they were taking things out,
Yeah.
and that's kind of where I went to, because I had been a writer, I guess, in that past one, and then to that house. And then after that one passed, that's when it kind of got sad to me, because I felt myself on that boat, that slave ship. It might just be through my DNA genetics or whatever, but that one took me
You were.
over, a slavery somewhere. And you was like, be aware of what's going on, what happened in his life. And it's like I got hung. And I was thinking about, as I hung, I was still alive, even though I was dead in this life. It was like I was thinking about all them other lives of what I was there to do, and planning for when I come, like you said, that next life. And it was like, that's where, it came up to bow. And then the last one where you was like, where are you now? And I was like in Chicago, or it was either Chicago or New York in like the Zoot Suit time. And busy streets and cities, and I was, just, rustling around and talking to people, and what I'm saying, it was like a new me, where it was like I was just aware, how they say back in the days, I was one of them down ass players that just knew
Brilliant.
everything that was going on. I was trying to stay ahead of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Brilliant.
I had learned from these past to be aware of everything, no matter what situation, even the hustle and bustle from them slower times to now. And that's where it took me to. And that was pretty amazing.
That's
Because
awesome.
That's very awesome.
I've never looked back like that. Like usually, like I'm with Michael, that and just so some people know, she said Minister Kai. It's Minister Ki, and it is derived from Enki,
Okay,
Enki.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's it used to be Minister Kid, but it's Minister Ki, the letters. But and like I said with Michael, I usually flash back to like those Sumerian days, and just
Mhm.
trying the beginning of civilization. It's like just rebuilding it and trying to understand structure of governments and authority and that type of stuff. But I didn't have that. Like
Yeah.
I said, I had this what I was just telling you guys there then.
That's awesome. That's super cool that you did
And
3 in 1. That's really a cool idea. Usually one person will stay with the whole entire life through beginning to end, but you actually went to 3 different lives, which is really cool. That's really cool.
yeah, that's
I
really
thank you. That was me. It was really relaxing, and like I said, my body feels so relaxed now. You guys know I have degenerative arthritis, and I have different things that I'm going to
yeah.
medication. That was better than physical therapy. I tell you that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was awesome. I
I could
appreciate
see you in a zoot suit. Absolutely. And thank you
it.
for correcting me. I do apologize. Thank
Oh,
you.
no correction ever, Michael. I just didn't want those out there to know where Minister Kid, the Anunnaki teacher, comes from. And like I tell people that you didn't ask me in the beginning, but what I try to do is like what Colleen is doing, but I try to get people to understand ancient knowledge or forbidden knowledge or hidden knowledge and
Absolutely.
give them layman's terms so others can understand what we don't know about ourselves. Because this is key right here to understand that real thing inside of us is like, I'm sure Soul Kier will speak on it, that the soul is living through this body of Benny Trent right now, but it had lived
Mhm.
in that guy that got hung, that guy that was in the Council of
Mhm.
Nicaea. It walked through that. And like I said, these memories, like she just did with us, helps us see it better. And that's
100%.
pretty awesome.
Salon Care, are you there? Curious to know what you thought too.
Well, you do understand that I don't have to meditate or relax and things like that like you do. And just like with Minister Ki, the Anunnaki teacher, I don't see 3 lives at one time. I see thousands of lives at one time. I remember mine, and I also remember yours. You have to understand that we are one, we are connected as one, and I follow the rule of oneness. That's how I do what I do.
Brilliant.
Yep. I was curious as to what you would say. That's awesome. Yep. It's pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Sherry. How about you?
Yeah, I went on a journey. It actually started out way in the future first with some visions through sacred geometry and rainbow of colors. But then it finally took me like maybe about 675 AD, where I was in a cave with a lot of the petroglyphs and hieroglyphics and just a lot of writing and things on the walls. Um, then I like fast forwarded into the 1600s where I was living in a valley in Ireland. But I was like on my deathbed and surrounded by family. Uh, and then I was just in, almost like not so recent future past, but probably the most recent past life before this life.
Mm.
And I was in the 1930s. Just
There with you.
it was in Chicago, and just
Right.
a lot of stuff was going on, and
Yeah.
I have the chills just thinking about it. It was crazy.
Cool.
Right.
So I invite you all to also, after we sign off, I invite you guys to write down what you experienced and what you
Yeah,
thought
okay.
and feel. Because again, after doing this and once we're done, things will start still coming through to you still, even after the session has been finished. So is that DVS giggles?
Yep.
Anna?
Yep.
Hey, Anna, what about you?
Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough.
That's okay. I had to keep muting myself to get water too, so I get it.
I was kind of bouncing around. I was at like a Mayan temple,
Oh, wow.
and then I went to the Egyptian pyramids, and then I was like in a desert, but it was a city, and I don't know what city it was.
That's super cool. So again, you kind of time jumped as well.
Yeah, I was like all over the place. And then for whatever reason, 1924 popped in, and the name Jeremiah. So I don't know if that was my name, and I was barefoot on
wow.
concrete.
Yeah, that means you probably were a boy, Jeremiah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had like a turban and long clothing on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's cool.
That is cool.
And then how do you say it, Donna? Is it Yadi? Or
Yadi.
Yeti?
Yadi.
Yadi?
Yeah.
Yadi. Sorry,
Or
Yadi.
Yadira is her name.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, when we started, it was kind of hard at first to relax. But once I was able to relax, I seen a woman with like a big hat. It almost looked like Victorian. But then from there, when you asked like what does the ground look like? It was rocks, just rocks, and I was barefooted. But I was like in the woods or something. And when you asked what does the door look like, there was no door, but I was like in a cave kind of looked like. And you asked about the furniture. I had no furniture, but I could see like there's a fire. That's what was keeping me warm because I was cold. And then I felt anxious, like scared the whole time. But it was like when you were asking, is there people around you? No, I'm by myself. I don't want to see them. But I would look out and like walk forward. Like I was up in the mountains or something, but I could kind of like, I'd be like on the lookout, making sure no one was coming type of thing. And like what was like the daily stuff, I would just walk around like, you know what I mean, like I was in nature just walking around by myself. And one of the main events was like going into town. There's all these people dressed like, I don't know, it almost like covered all up, and I was covered up and scared, like are they gonna figure me out, like are they gonna know who I am? But I was able to walk through the town like nothing. I had no money. I had no career. When you were asking the date, I didn't know the date. When you were asking my name, I don't know my name. But almost like
That's okay.
I was disconnected. Like not disconnected, but like staying away from people. And I lived like in a cave by myself. You asked how old were you? 42, still doing the same thing. And then again, 60, still doing the same thing, but I looked a little bit older. And when you asked again, like death time, I was in my 80s, but I died by myself in my home, like, which is the cave thing, by myself. And it was just from old age. But all I kept feeling was like scared of people and just trying to stay away from them.
Yadi's name was Korana.
Huh?
Sorry.
Yadi's name was Korana.
Corona.
Corona?
Does
That
that
was her
ring for
name.
you, Yanni?
I don't know what is that?
That's a name. That's someone gave you your name at that time of your incarnation for you.
Right.
Corona?
Corona.
Corona.
Karana.
Okay.
Like an A.
Okay.
Karana.
Oh,
Yeah.
Karana. Okay. Yeah, like I don't know, like she was just I don't know what was happening, but it's just all I felt was anxious. My heart was beating
Mhm.
hard. Like I had to
You were a
stay away
healer.
from them.
Oh wow.
You were a healer.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got that
I've heard
feeling,
about
healer.
that.
You were a healer. And I think because of you being a healer, there was some skepticism around you. But
Yeah.
I also feel like, I don't know, in salon care, maybe you can back me up. I feel like she was a healer, but I think she was in Arabic time.
I get that too, actually, Colleen.
Yeah, because you know what? I think it's funny you guys say that because I've been told in the past that because my family practiced Santeria and a lot of us are very gifted, like we're mediums and stuff. And they've told me one of my guides is, I guess they called her a witch or a healer, and that she would live like up in the mountains away from people.
Mhm.
And and then when I first started, like I saw a skull and that was it. You know what I mean? Like she was showing me just being by herself, walking the woods.
Yadi's soul name is Hasina. Yadi's soul is a healing soul. That is her entire purpose. She will live many, many, many experiences as a healer soul.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, no, I thank you for that. I've been told that too.
Absolutely.
And they say the things that, like I said in the beginning, I don't know if you were present when I was just starting to talk, but the things that you kind of gravitate to in this life are things that you brought back from previous lives that your soul remembers, and you incorporate them into your life, or you're fascinated by them. And oftentimes, yes, Betty.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100%. I tell people that a lot, that the things that you're interested in and like shows that grab your interest and you don't know why, like with me, when it started with the History Channel and Ancient Aliens, and I was like, why am I interested? And then I just became a student of it. And, and like she said, that these things that you're interested for a reason, because you probably been through some of that stuff that's drawing you, that's remembering, some of the things that are coming out.
You are creating who you are in your next existence. Everything that you do in this lifetime is a prerequisite of what you will be in the next.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely correct.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
And I think we had a message, Donna, that came through that I kind of saw Jonathan by chance. It was
and he's always wanted to do a past life.
Jonathan, if you would like one, contact me, Medium Red. I'm on Facebook, or you can go to my website, mediumredaz.com. I have a form on there if you'd like to fill it out, and then we can set up a time and do that. I can actually do that through Zoom. We're doing this through StreamYard tonight, but I can do it through Zoom.
And we'll also put it on Facebook contact as well for other people that may watch this later, so they can contact you as well.
Yeah, and the thing is there's sometimes, when you first do this the first time, I've oftentimes had people where they come back and do a second one because they want to truly go deeper and actually experience it, because you're always, a little nervous, or maybe you're not feeling completely 100% right when you're doing it. So oftentimes people will come back and book another session so that they can fully experience it, since they've done it the first time. It makes more sense to them. So again, we can do that. Donna, I'll do one for you separately.
Yeah, I'm gonna say when I did the first one, that was the one that we were at the Inn of Castle Rock in Bisbee, and I think I went down deeper in it because I actually witnessed my mother's birth. So I went down deeper in that one. But the last time when I was in Tombstone, I don't feel that. I don't know why I feel like I'm connected to Tombstone somehow. But anyway, I would still like to do it again because
Right.
I want that too as well.
There's something there for Tombstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially when my son got that
Tombstone,
autographed picture for me.
Well, I
It's
saw.
Tombstone was ingrained in who you are, Donna.
Yeah.
I'm saying, say that again.
Tombstone is ingrained in who you are.
I guess so. I think so.
I saw her as a male, like not really gunslinger, but had a family with little cobblestone rock and white house, and I shared because all of a sudden we were talking the other day. I started getting flashes of that life for her.
Well, she lived actually as a female in and around the Tombstone area. The
Oh, I
difference
saw her as a
was
male. Okay.
the difference is that many times the women back then would have their hats and have gunslingers on their hips just like the men did, and that's
Right.
exactly what you're seeing. She
Mhm.
lived as a female in and around the Tombstone area and was very embedded in the chaos that happened at what they call today is the OK Corral, which did not happen at the OK Corral, but to each their own.
Well, she's a badass.
Yeah, she was. That's what I was going to say. I agree with him completely on that. She was a female. I don't see her as a male for sure with Tombstone. For
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't know that they did that, but that explains my, ingrained in this lifetime, assuming that because he's dressed like a man, Tombstone looks, it was a man, so that I need to work on my
I'm
discernment.
so pissed off at
Think of
Cox
Annie
right now.
Oakley. Because she
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
an Annie Oakley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Medium Red, I did want to say also, and this is something that you and Sokier and probably a few of the other medians might be able to help me with. Through that regression, when you got to the white room, and I couldn't get the white room to come. Everything else I was seeing, but it was like like when you look at your TV or you watch a movie and it has the black screen in cinema, but it was just straight. I could see the room, but I couldn't get in the room. It was
The
like
room is not meant to be seen. The room is meant to experience. You are the white room.
Right.
Right. And it's like I couldn't visualize it. It was like I couldn't get, like she was like go into the room and see the altar with the crystal with the white thing. I seen the altar in the room, and I got to the altar, but I don't know how. It's like straight to the altar, but I couldn't visualize that white room. It was just black with just that one area of white, and then I could see that the altar with the crystal. And then you said, imagine you picking the crystal up. Don't try to figure out what it's doing. Just visualize what it's doing. And it kind of turned into a diamond and just kind of started spinning around my head, and all that. And then it just, neon, and you placed it back. And then, like I said, when I placed it back, I'm still just outside this room in darkness with just that white area. It's like not stepping through. Does that make sense to why I didn't get through? Or that's why I said I think I want to go further to try to get through
that. Like what Salon Care said, it's true. It's like you are the white light. You are to experience it. It's coming out of your body and actually lighting the room up, if that makes sense, and using it in a reverse aspect of that. Again, I always tell people, because I've had people come back. I think, Donna, you were there when Marion was there. Eldon was there. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if Sherry was there or not. But we had the one we did in Bisbee. Marion could not see her feet. And she kept hyper-focusing on that she missed subsequently things after that. So I always try to tell people and I didn't do it this time, sorry. But usually I will say to people, like, use it as a guide and don't hyper focus on certain things, because it'll just, if you do, you'll go down the rabbit hole. You won't get the rest of the benefit of the whole experience.
So let me ask here, my stupid internet keeps going out. Well, my Cox is having an outage, but anyway, what were you saying about me and Tombstone? Because last time we did the Past Life, I actually pictured myself walking across the street in that era, the old time era, had the big hat, had the long dress.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
In that time frame year, I believe, when you can remember properly, you'll figure out that it was 1887.
Okay.
And you were associated with Tombstone predominantly, no less. You were a female. but you were, as a lot of people would put it, lock, stock, and barrel, and full of like all kinds of huss. You had your 6-shooters on your side, you had your hat, and you weren't to be messed with.
That's right.
And,
That sounds like me now.
and the townspeople knew that.
It is.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like
That's,
it's
how
like
she is
an
now.
Annie Oakley, you know, like an Annie Oakley.
yeah.
Shooting from the hip. You're
Just so
still
that you
shooting
know,
from
Donna,
the hip.
that in
Uh-huh.
history there was one of the richest people in the country was a woman that lived in Tombstone. That was a business lady. That
Oh,
she
wow.
had all kind of businesses going on. There might be a connection. I mean, it just kind of came to my head, some, stuff that I watched. That yeah, it was a rich person that was a no holds barred woman in that crazy city there with shooting and everything else. That she took no shit.
Wow.
Shot and ask questions later.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a
Yeah,
boss.
that
So
explains me now.
that you can see, if it comes through, knowing that in the background, maybe that'll come through now when we do one separately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
That would be cool. And I just want to. A saying came to my head. It's from a movie, and I can't remember. I know it starred Tom Hanks, but from tomb to womb, or womb to tomb, we are all connected.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that movie. But yeah,
So, you know how you said that someone couldn't see their feet the last time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when we were doing that, you're like, there's roots growing out of your feet, and like, what are you, a female or a male? Everything was black for me. I couldn't see body parts besides when I seen the woman with like the big hat that looked like it was Victorian. But then
Mhm.
from there, like, even when I was like in the woods walking on the rocks, I couldn't see. But then once we were like getting deeper, I was able to see like a woman form, but covered up. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's a woman right there. So
Right.
I was like, damn, did I miss steps too? So I tried not to hyper focus like you said. I was like, shit.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
No, and that's fine. I mean,
When you see your past, or you see your future as a previous lived life, you will see that as a observer, not necessarily the experiencer. So it's
Mhm.
almost unlikely to see that someone would be able to tell you what they look like.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
that is correct. Yeah. And in this case, Miriam is a star seed. I mean, she definitely her soul is very old soul. I mean, one of her experiences was basically dealing with Akasha records. She literally was the one that was, touching Akasha records and then absorbing everything into her mind. It was quite interesting. Hers was the most fascinating life that I've seen. So
I would, to be honest, I'd like to find a life where I wasn't stabbed in the freaking heart.
yeah.
Let's just not forget that when we're talking about the Akashic records, every
Mhm.
one of you has had a hand in writing those records.
Yeah.
Every single one of you. Those are your
Yeah, I've been
records. They
told that
belong to
before.
you as a collective.
Mm-hmm.
You all have the same fascinating background as everyone else.
Brilliant.
That's true. It's very
This has
true.
been so much fun. I can't wait to do it again because I know I've been around and I know my light parents are still alive. When I speak of light parents, I'm from Pleiades. I told my mom at the age of 4, I said, I'm not from here, I'm from the stars. And immediately she took me to a psychiatrist and put me on medication. So she did in the 60s. So we appreciate you. It feels like we're winding down. Does anybody else have extra questions, maybe for Colleen or Stolen or myself? Or even Benny?
Yeah, anybody.
Yeah.
Cole. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this on Facebook page since I missed so much of it, bumping in and out.
I was
I'm
wondering
just
if you could
glad
share
that
it to
I'm.
Facebook, because I'd love to
What'd you say,
share it to
Benny?
the group. I was wondering if you were sharing to Facebook because I'd love to share it out. You guys are
it's on.
wonderful.
It actually broadcasts to my page. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
I
we're
shared
friends
it
with
out to
Facebook.
quite a few groups.
Yeah,
Good.
and I didn't catch the. It sounded like the youngest lady that's in here, and Saltier gave her name. What's her name?
Yachty.
Yachty. Yeah, I mean, like something I felt something resonate with Yachty because it's like when she said the alone part, and it just kind of sent chills to me that like you said, that she probably was a healer and everything else, but
Yeah.
the one thing I wanted to tell her that it was not fear that you had. You had concern. It feels like to me that you took its fear. The fear was that you wasn't going to be able to heal those that you
Yeah.
wanted. You had such a big heart that you wanted to help others, but and you feared that they'd all perish, but you kept working is what I see. What it feels like to me. I'm sorry, something just drove me to just say that too.
No, thank you, Benny.
And
Good.
you know what? That's funny because so since I've had kids, I've stopped, like, I'm spiritual too. Like, I used to be able to I is it called, like, channel before when I was younger. And once I had kids, I told them, like, I'm gonna focus on my kids. I've always wanted this. So I've kind of like stepped away from like the spiritual stuff. And then
Mhm.
recently, a couple like days ago, we had a seance, and they told me, what's going on with you? They're like, I
Mhm.
don't see you in the spiritual realm anymore. Are you not practicing? Your spirit guides and the spirits in your house are telling me you're not paying attention to them. And I was like, well, I don't know. I just don't care. I just don't
Yeah.
care about anything right now. So because you know what I mean? Like, they've told me, like, you could heal. Like, whenever there's a guide that they told me that she was like I don't want to say a witch, but like she like a healer, like how you guys are saying. And
Mhm.
she used to come through. And
Right.
whenever there's like something happening, she'll come through, and what she does is like she'll hug them, and it's like she's inside of me, so I'm hugging them, but I'm breathing really like deep and stuff. And people
Mhm.
tell me they feel peace afterwards. But I'm so shut off from all of this that I'm like, oh shit, like what you said, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense here now. You know what I mean? Like what's happening, like what he says,
Right.
because that's literally me right now. And I got
Mhm.
called out for it. Like, hey, when are you going to start practicing again? When are you going to focus on this? Because they're asking for your attention and you're ignoring them. And it's just like, I feel like I just have too much in my brain happening where I can't even focus on like meditating anymore.
Yeah.
Daddy, just know that timing is everything,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
you can't force a round peg into a square hole. So timing is everything. So you have it in you, and it's going to come out when you are ready to do it. And
Thank
just as a
you.
backup to know, you know, to be completely fair, witches, yes, there can be witchcraft where obviously there's malintent, but
Mm-hmm.
witches by nature are healers. So
Yeah.
just so you know that, I always, witchcraft to me, I mean, it has such a, and Salon Care and I've had conversations about this as well, but witchcraft are just healers, and they are
Mm-hmm.
possibly mediums, they're possibly psychic,
Mm-hmm.
empathic, sensitives, and things like that. It's
And
been
in a nutshell, what you're experiencing is the power of suggestion.
right.
You are basically helping another person become self-aware just enough to be able to take that power of suggestion and do self-healing or
Right.
self-projection.
100%.
Like
Yeah,
manifestations, obviously you can manifest negative energy, you can manifest positive energy. So
Mm-hmm.
And I think
yeah,
she
yeah,
talked to symptoms because it's like something rings in my head all the time that you said, Median Red. I use it for an example in a lot of my shows and everything else. You said one time when your median, well, just when your gifts came on and you was like, so many things were trying to speak to you. They were coming from everywhere. I think you had told Misty Mountain this at one time. And you had told her that, once you had to select who you were going to help on that other side.
Yeah.
that rings in my head so much, and that's so amazing. And some of y'all, and what's the lady's name again? The young lady there. I think that's
Yachty?
probably what Yachty that you was experiencing, like what she did when Median Red came on, when that light came on, and she was like, all of them want to talk to her at one time, like, hey, wait a minute, like, wait, wait,
It
you
was
got that.
bad. Yeah, when it started with me, I literally thought I was schizophrenic. I was like, dude, I'm fucking crazy. Something's not right. My family were like, she's crazy. Something's possessing her. What's wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I went to rehab. I was depressed. It was so fucking terrifying. Like, I'd be asleep and then I'd be like basically dragged out of bed and I'd be like freaking the fuck out. Like I would feel like I'm being attacked and stuff. I'm like, dude, am I making this shit up in my head? And then finally, like my parents, they met the correct people. They're like, dude, she's a fucking medium. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, she could communicate with the past ones. And I've had for example, my stepdad, his grandmother came through one day and my mom said that she saw me shrink, get like really tiny, and then my hair looked all long, and that she felt like it was an old lady touching her hand. And she said my stepdad's nickname, and she's like, hey, Yadira was able to channel this lady last night. She called you mi negrito, which I like little black. I don't know how to say it. Like mi negrito was his nickname. And he's like, that's my grandma that passed. And so it later on, like everything was like, dude, I'm not fucking crazy. I just didn't know how to control it. And through my stepdad's religion, I had people that were able to do some stuff where I wouldn't be channeling if I drove by like the graveyard, or I wouldn't be channeling or feeling like I'm having a panic attack if I went to like go see someone that just passed away. But growing up, it was fucking hard because I didn't have anyone. And I seriously would think before, like, dude, why is this happening to me? This is a fucking curse. And now that I'm a mom, and it's like the gift is, I don't want to say gone, but I've blocked it so much where like it's hard for me to like be able to do it sometimes. Like I feel like, fuck, did I fuck up for telling them like, hey, let me be a mom, let me focus on this? But no, like I wish I had people that knew more about this, because being 15, 16 in high school and thinking like I was fucking psychotic, like that's fucked up, dude.
I can relate to you. I was told, when you're in the 60s, 70s growing up, they didn't have understanding. So hearing voices spacing out at seeing stuff in school and stuff, and they're like, she's having seizures and this and that, and had me on all types of medication before I was 10 years old. It was ridiculous.
Just know that you chose to be able to have these abilities and these things that you do. You chose these for a reason. You chose to go through the hardship. You chose to go through the challenges. These are things that you must have experienced so that you can grow within your abilities and be helpful to those later.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's why I'm like, yay, Yadi, you're doing it. You're doing it.
You want to hear something really funny? How about this? I was married, divorced, and remarried, and my current husband had no idea I could do this until I told him one day.
Shit.
Yeah, he's still like, wait a minute, how the hell did you know that my mother's passing in 30 minutes? Look at those Dolphins, man. They did a great job playing football yesterday.
That's awesome. Well, we're coming to a close. I know Donna's trying to get back in. I can't thank you enough for doing this. Hopefully, maybe later on the year we can do it again. Those that went under, get pens and pads, because things are going to come to you in the next couple of weeks or whatever. Feel free to contact Colleen for any questions you may have. Even Donna and I too, even Benny, Soul and Cure. So we are just tickled as pink.
Yep. Hey Benny, I sent you a friend request. My profile is public, so you can just go on my profile and you can share it. The
Okay.
podcast.
Okay, cool.
Donna, I shared the podcast out to a bunch of the paranormal groups and stuff.
Yeah, I know Sherry
I did
did
the
as well
YouTube.
too.
Yeah, I did the YouTube link and I did the Facebook link both.
And we do apologize for a
Okay,
lot of
cool.
technicalities. Like I couldn't get on my computer, that's why I'm on my phone. But again, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah,
So,
And
Michael, I will hang out for a few minutes after the show from your guests. If they've got any questions for me, I'll be here.
brilliant.
Talk for a second.
So I think, well, Donna's got to come back in because I can't close the show without her little outro. But
there she is. There she is.
And of course, I'm on my hotspot on my phone because Cox has an outage right now. But I appreciate all you guys coming on with us. This has been great.
Are you ready to end the show?
Yes, I believe so. Now, unless anybody has anything else,
we're going to hang out a bit later.
I can help out with that. I can help out with that. Just let me know when you want to end.
Thank you, Solon. I think we should end now, guys. Hang out after because Solon has offered his services up if y'all have any questions. We love you all. Remember, we are all connected somehow from tomb to womb. And see you next month.
Next month.
On the third Sunday of every month, we are here to explore the eeriness of the world and tales from the far side. So thank you so much.
Thank you.